Let's just start off with the fact that early that morning, I needed to hit the ATM to get some money so that I can get me one of those little Starbucks teas. Look at how my day is starting off. Next, I'm driving towards work and run into two deers. Yes, two deers. I was freaking out. In the city,
Had to sound let them loose since it's almost Christmas time.
no one really ever expects to see two deers running. And it actually looks like they were looking for somebody. I'm gonna just call them the gangster deers for the day from Chicago. I had to go over to my work site. This building is under investigation for fraudulence. I'll tell y'all about that more later. What's funny is Chicago give you that hot and cold winter, summer weather in the same day. Now I'm leaving work and get stuck behind a parade. Now I'm not gonna trip. The parade looked it real nice or whatever, but I got things to do. Like, come on, little parade. After the investigation at work, the deers, and the parade, I owe myself a cocktail for the night. Well, let's see how this goes. All right, a drink it is. So I'm pulling up to the little spot I've been to previously. Last time I was here, two girls got into it about their baby daddies outside down the street. But, you know, that's just here or there. Not only am I going to get me a cocktail, I need me something to eat. It seemed like everything was going real cool. I just wasn't feeling the club vibe for some reason. After I got my drink, I went on and skedaddled on up out of there. Like, you know what? Let me go. My hunger was definitely taking over my mind. I decided to ride over by Maxwell's real quick to go get me something to eat. This lady just kept looking at me like she was crazy, saying, "Bitch, can I get something to eat?" Then she said, "Excuse me, ma'am." I told her, "No, the bitch don't have no money today." My friend called me and asked me to meet him at the steakhouse. Now, if that wasn't perfect timing, but for real though, I couldn't stop thinking about those deers by the expressway. On top of me having to go to the gym in the morning to work all this food off. I definitely could say I enjoyed my dinner date, even though it gave me the boo-boo guts right after I finished eating. But in the hood, it's always a siren or some trouble going on. So I'm about to get in the house and out the way. The sunrise is everything. A new day, a new start, a new beginning. Chicago traffic is like cheese eggs with eggshells in it. The family and I were headed to the store. Then we rode past this house that looks more like the demon sculpture house. It had gargoyles and devils. This was definitely different from what we have seen before or any house in Chicago. Me and the family went on and headed to our storage. After the storage, we hit the grocery store. I decided to cook some salad and a whole entire meal before my 5 p.m. football game. I've been playing flag football for 12 years, and I still got what it takes to bring it to the field. We definitely won that game, which I was happy about. Now, $6.75, that is ridiculous. Hopefully I make it home or find a cheaper gas station, because I'm not paying that. I can definitely say the day started off just a tad bit weird. Walking my son to school, and all of a sudden I saw this. A man with a folding chair on his bike. I don't know what this world is coming to, but anyhow, dropped my baby off at school. End up getting on the phone with one of my homies. I was letting him know that my cousin was having a costume party and decided at the last minute to cancel the doggone costume party. I said, "Well, cousin, let's go out then." He said no. I had to tell my homie I'm not planning nothing else with cuz no more. Had me out here dressed and ready for nothing. They say the hood is the same everywhere, but I would have to disagree. South side of Chicago and the west side of Chicago are definitely two different hoods, even though they're in the same city. I had to go do a quick peek in on the building that the company I'm working for is investigating. Yeah, I walked through a few of the hallways and made a few notes. My job is really done here. I guess I can go. But before leaving, I had to run into this big ass spider. It literally almost took my head off.
Downtown Chicago.
I definitely love my city, but every neighborhood don't look like this. Surprise, I'm headed on another date to Joe's. I decided to take a few selfies in the bathroom first. Chink, 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 chink. Now let me warn you ahead of time, this restaurant is not cheap, baby. I'm not gonna lie, check out this food. Picture perfect like my city, baby. Where the money still have to be made and the dead is laid. And gangsters are raised. The sunrise always gives me life. The energy I get from it is epic. This picture-perfect sunrise is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I definitely get my meditation on. Right in Chicago, baby. From the kids going to school to the homeless in front of the police station. Well, the migrants or immigrants. To tell you the truth, life seems to be going backwards sometimes. Honest, we've had homelessness in the city forever. But it's very puzzling how immigrants could come here and our homeless people are still in bad shape. I decided to call my dad and tell him how life been lifing. When I made it up to the gas station, this old lady and this young lady got into it over some Harold's chicken. They literally was trying to take each other's head off. I told my daddy I stayed out of it and mind my business. Next, I was a witness to a drug exchange deal. I did not want to see that. I promise you, nothing ceased to amaze me. But I had to cook macaroni and cheese, string beans, chitlins, potato salad, apple pie, ham, and roses. My daddy said, "Oh, Suzy, that sounded so good." Next, I get into an accident with this lady, and then she had the nerve to stick her middle finger out at me. I told the lady to pull over to the side. To be honest, I was ready to fight her, when really I was just trying to get to the gas station. But she slid in front of me like she was crazy. Now, daddy, you know I don't have all my marbles. First of all, she got out the car drunk as hell. Then she had the nerve to hit my car. I was like, bitch. Next, she came over to my window like she was on some type of drug. She stepped up and said, "Miss Bougie, what is your insurance company?" I got that lady information and left. I was tired. I was done with the whole day. The world below seems so different from the eye of a bird. And when it come to me, things can be right up under my eyes and I can still not see it. Yes, my car started giving me problems this morning. Had to get it charged up before I went to go see my friend at his wake. Life seems to throw punches that can break a rib cage, right along with your mental capacity if you let it. Now, y'all know I'm a football girl. This is where I find fun, my peace of mind, my tackles, and my touchdowns. Just thinking about how my daddy always keep me laughing makes me feel so good inside. I definitely had to hit the job site again. This is definitely not what I came to work to see. I'm turning around and mind my business. Even though the day seemed so long, I still decided to go to my friend's repast. One of my homies that was taking it real hard needed a ride home and said he also needed a moment to himself. He got out the car and walked away and just started breaking down. Just breaking down real hard. You have to remember, pain has to be released somehow. My old friend Ace Man called me to come over before I headed home. He told me everything was for sale. I told him, you could have showed me this on the phone, Ace Man. But he did just turn 90 years old. Home sweet home I go. Finally time to rest, and it's a full moon. The day started off very delightful. My friend was coming into town and asked me to pick them up from the airport. I definitely did, considering I still had to be at work. This investigation get interesting more every day, and residents were still expected to ride the elevator, even after this puddle of blood was seen. Definitely notes taken. I had to take my kids to target practice after seeing that. I'm telling you, my kids are natural when it comes to the little gun. Trust me, everybody was safe. It's only a little BB gun. But I had to teach them, do not get played with. I started teaching them survival moves just in case it's ever an apocalypse. Safety is first. I'm definitely going to be the type of mother that's going to train her kids how to survive, how to protect themselves, also how to be great at what they're good at. After target practice, I went to go get some rice from the grocery store. For some reason, I never knew that it was so many different type of rices. I decided to go over my friend's house to watch the Bulls game. Instead, people were partying, they were loud and dancing, having so much fun, and I just really was enjoying myself. But I promise you, the Bulls game was definitely hitting. All of a sudden, I turned around and then I saw this. They were falling. I said, "Oh, wow, you're doing way too much." It seemed like it took him forever to get up. I told them, are we watching the Bull games or are we entertaining each other? I guess no one's listening to me, so I'll drink my drink and watch the game. Truly, what a day. Dreams come to dreamers, but it seems like reality hits differently. Today, me and the kids are going to feed the homeless and to give them some things that may be needed during this cold season. From gloves to alcohol to toothpaste to toothbrushes, gasoline, we got it all. Bar soap may be good, but I feel like liquid soap may be a little better for them. My kids really enjoy going to feed the homeless. I have a non-for-profit called the Breaking Bread Community. The Breaking Bread Community is a non-for-profit that caters to the youth in the communities of Chicago and communities in general, and cater to the elderly. We would love to be known for bridging the gap with resources that can offer better opportunities to our communities. Not only did we prepare things that we had purchased, other people had sponsored what they could in this annual movement right along with people that donated. We stopped at several locations, and we also created a hashtag that said, Chicago Feed Chicago First. It's sad to think about how cold it can get in Chicago or anywhere in the world, and people have to stand out. The whole time I'm outside feeding the homeless, my mother's in the hospital sick. I'm sitting here thinking about her, and I can't stop thinking about her. But once I finish doing my good deed for the world, I'm definitely going to see my mom. This is just the beginning of my day.